At least I knew where I can go if I need to see a nurse or a doctor.
So that is my sister. Anyway, her name's Nadine. So I'm starting my vlog. My vlog today is really just going to be a trip to this place called Flywheel, which is this it's an exercise place here at the Prudential, or here it is. So this is it. So they actually give a free like introductory class to check it out, like a lot of places do. And since I'm always interested in athletics and performance, I definitely enjoy checking these places out. And then if there is a place that I really like, or something that I really want to do for a longer period of time, for instance like the yoga, then I at some point definitely am willing to and have paid for some of these classes. The other place actually that I did some exercise earlier on was at the YMCA, and I actually got a subscription there. But now, since I can go to the Merino Center at Northeastern for free, that's usually where I go. But yeah, I'm going to do a fly bar class. So that's what I signed up for. And I'd actually, vlog part of the class if I could, but they don't really allow cameras. But I'm definitely going to show you all my trip to there, and you can see the place, and then I will take the class and then come back home. So it's actually flywheelsports.com, and this one's at the Prudential. I think they're in other places beyond Boston too, but it should be fun. And then actually now, I'm getting older, so I don't really enjoy high intensity workouts for a long period of time or sustained period of time. And I prefer kind of just taking my time, going through some basic exercises when I do exercise. But the key thing for me, and I think I've probably emphasized this in either some other vlogs, definitely in my books and novels, but the key thing is nutrition. Like, without a doubt, nutrition is the key thing to maximizing health, and then everything else is really secondary. And if everything focuses on nutrition, then even the little bit of work that it takes to get proper nutrition, or the lot of work for some people, for instance if you're managing an entire farm to have like grass-fed animals and specific crops, that takes a lot more work. Then all that contributes to the exercise that it takes to have excellent nutrition. I know for me, that exercise includes doing grocery shopping, planning my meals, deciding what to prepare, looking for things online, going to classes, reading books. All that takes energy and can be a part of an exercise routine even. And then also cooking, the cooking preparation. So, and a lot of that involves walking and light lifting, and definitely some mental preparation in addition to the benefits of the healthier nutrition. But I know that is what will be key for me to eliminate my risk of diabetes, hypertension, hypercholesterolemia, even to maintain excellent mental health. While there are a couple other steps for mental health, aside from excellent nutrition and some daily activities, and those, obviously cleanliness is important on some level. Probably not the most important thing, but it's definitely important on some level. And then the other thing is knowing when I am stressed, which has changed drastically. When I was focused on sports and athletics, anytime I was stressed, I would just kind of wait for that second wind and expect to like overcome that and play at an even higher level once my body's adjusted. And I kind of had to cut that mindset out because it became very counterproductive, where I was pretty much tired and still trying to work at a high level, but just not rested enough to do that. So now, I'm grateful that I can accomplish like one main thing each day, or some basic simple things each day. And, and if it's something that takes more than a day, I just kind of remind myself that I'm making progress, and eventually, knock it out in say 3 days or a week or a month if it's a longer thing. That's the mentality that I'll take with even larger projects that might take a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, or my entire lifetime. But those are the things that make the difference, without a doubt. Those are the adjustments that make the difference. And I think those adjustments, which are some behavioral adjustments, are more important than relying on, well, specifically medication for any health problem. I think the only people who really need some serious medical, surgical, or psychiatric interventions are people who have like some serious genetic health problem. And I'm talking, not like schizophrenia or even diabetes type 2 or hypertension, for the most part, like essential hypertension. I'm really referring to people who have like cystic fibrosis, where they have cystic fibrosis transmembrane reductase, something. Anyway, it's CFTR, genetic abnormality that they would otherwise die by age 18, but with proper pulmonary medications and physical therapy can live till they're 35 or 40 or 45. Or, people who have like Down syndrome, who are going to need some extra assistance to overcome that mental retardation that is real and that they will always have, but they might be able to, at a slower rate, learn to become more self-sufficient. Or, like people with, not even really people with cancer for the most part, because most of those cancers are preventable by modifying one's behaviors and educating oneself on the behaviors that are going to cause those cancers. Obviously, smoking is the biggest implicator for cancers, and as a modifiable factor. And then also, also what you eat. There's certain carcinogens that become present in certain foods because companies or nutritionists or scientists are coming up with new ways to, produce quote unquote superior foods, but sometimes it ends up being unhealthy and even carcinogenic. And then the other big one for cancer is obviously not drinking alcohol. So the easiest things are never smoke anything, including marijuana, and never drink any alcohol. And with those behaviors, and then eventually learning about the lists of carcinogens, no carcinogens to keep away from, which are available on the National Institute Health and National Cancer Institute, NCI's website, you can really have a very informed approach to, eliminating those risks drastically. And then it's just really, how great are your genes? If you have, a lot of mutations that have collected in your family or your ancestry over time, eventually they will present themselves in the kids or you. And, that is when the healthcare system becomes beneficial. Before that point, really the people who have superior health have it because they learned it, they know what to do, and they've been working on it really their entire life with the assistance of their parents, their family, and whatever communities that are accessible to them. So anyway, these are things that I like to do still. So I'm going to be getting ready to go to this fly backbay class. So this is flywheelsports.com, and I'm going to do a fly barre class. So that one is for total body sculpting, high energy. And so it's a high energy class with inspiring music. They use a little bit of light weights. They do some core strengthening, and it's really to create lean and strong muscles. I'm not too concerned about strengthening my muscles, but I do like to do little exercises to maintain my flexibility still. And I wouldn't mind becoming a little more lean, but that's not one of my major priorities now anymore either. Any little bit of energy that I have stored in my body as fat, I kind of want to use really when I'm working on my projects, because I don't want to burn off that energy and that stored energy, especially since I'm eating very well, just to look more lean and toned, which is stuff that I did want when I was younger, like in high school and even college. Like when I was 15, wanting that toned, muscular, like Adonis body, which I got on some level. I was definitely pleased with my results. and definitely got that by the time I was really 15, 16, 17. I even had it 18, 19, 20, all the way to 21, and really just started losing it more in my later 20s, like 25, 26, probably definitely by 30, where I was like, wow, I started gaining weight. I had to start focusing on my nutrition more and more and more, and eating healthy and cutting out the things that I used to take and enjoy, but I was no longer having the caloric output and the conditioning that I used to do to maintain that type of dietary lifestyle. So, but the adjustments that I made now, I feel way better. I don't really miss those foods. In the beginning, I did miss some of it. I really did crave, like, say, burgers, fried chicken, things like that. But even some fast food things like KFC, I still like going to KFC. I wasn't really big on McDonald's or Burger King as much, but KFC was one that I really liked. So, but now, yeah, I don't miss that stuff because the difference in how I feel is like night and day. I mean, it's really amazing. The foods that I eat definitely are more bland now, and definitely less, less spicy, and with, pretty much no salt, no pepper, no oils other than what's already in those meats, because I still do eat meat, and no major amounts of sugar, although I still get, times where I still want to eat like desserts and stuff, and I'll go through those kind of rapidly in a short time, but not really eat it for a long time. So anyway, I'm gonna get myself going. I gotta be there at 12:15, and I still have another like 30-40 minutes. All right, so yeah, this one's really just to show flywheelsports.com. And actually, on a second note, I actually also did this with Boston Sports Club, which was at the Prudential, where I got a day membership or a day trial. I went and checked out their facilities and things like that. And, if I was really like at the Prudential a lot and really wanting to squeeze in exercises, then it might have made more sense. But for me, I eventually just ended up at the YMCA, which was less expensive and even closer, since there's one right here on Huntington. And then, like I said, now, since I can get to Marino Center at Northeastern for free and found about that, that's where I go, because it's more than adequate. It's an excellent facility, and I don't have to pay any money just because of the zip code that I live in, which is great for me, and pretty much what I would want to continue with for the rest of my life even. But anyway, yeah, so this is stuff that I'm interested in. I guess on a side note, since I have so much time today, eventually I do want to see if I can start training or assisting with training at New England Revolution, since that's the local professional soccer club, the closest one to where I live. But I'm just not exactly sure exactly how it happened, but I'm pretty sure it could and even will happen, since I'm already starting to reach out to make those connections. So that's another thing in my plan, another thing that I want to do. I guess in the meantime, maybe I could assist with Northeastern University's soccer team 1 year, maybe next year, or a few years, since they're right here on Huntington. All right, so this is me going to Flywheel Sports, or Fly Backbay. So yeah, this place Flywheel Sports. It's at the Prudential, which is right here. So yeah, this is the closest mall to where I live, which I'm actually really grateful for. Prudential is really good because they even have Wi-Fi and outlets. You can sit here and work on my computer anywhere from 5 in the morning until 2 in the morning. So I come here now once in a while to write, even do some vlogs, and to type things up, put blogs on the internet sometimes, email. But yeah, I don't come here all the time. I come here, I go to the Boston Public Library at Copley, which is really good too, although they close. Unfortunately, it's not 24 hours a day. I guess that would take a lot of resources. So there's this Flywheel. And then, I go to Jaho now, which I really like. They have excellent music. It's really like a really smooth cafe. And Cafe Bean still once in a while, aside from what I do at home. So yeah. Anyway, this is a good way to kind of, I guess, start getting in with more athletic communities here in Boston. If I had unlimited funds, I'd probably pay and join these things for like a year or whatever. But since that's not the case, kind of take advantage of any, especially all the free opportunities or any things that aren't too expensive. So yeah, this is Flywheel. This is where the class is going to be. So I gotta shut this down now. This is what I wore for class. Wasn't bad. It's tiring a little bit, not too tiring, but a little bit of like muscle fatigue. But yeah, actually, maybe I can show the room a little bit. That's part of the room. Yeah. Alright, I gotta put my shoes on and get going. Socks and shoes. There. And that one's ring temperature. Okay. That's what I did. That's another place that I like. So Flywheel is really good. So yeah, Flywheel was pretty good. A little higher intensity than what I want to do on a regular basis, but probably good to do once in a while. And I think if it's just like one class at a time, it's like $30. I guess after doing it, the amount that the value that I would put on it on a price per class would be like $15. But since it's at Prudential, it's probably why it's going to be more expensive. But yeah, it's probably worth it. Anyway, the instructor was like a karate girl. She was 31 years old though. She looks younger. She looks about 25. Yeah, all that wears and tears on the body too, and ends up burning off calories that could be used to do other forms of work even. So that's the kind of like the opportunity cost of working out a lot, and why another reason why I focus on nutrition instead of athletics and exercise. It's a lot more economical to focus on nutrition and then supplement it with a little bit of exercise, and making sure that the exercise does help to reduce some injury when you have to be like physically productive. But anyway, that was Flywheel. It was worth it. Unfortunately, they weren't willing to let me vlog part of the class, but still worth it. And I even understand, you know, why some people don't get into a habit of doing that too. All right, so anyway, that's the end of it. I'm heading back home, and probably gotta go do some more stuff with my little projects, finish that stuff up. I did make a good connection though with some financier, or a guy in venture capitalist, so we'll see what happens. Some guy named Roshan. All right, talk to y'all later. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Do comment. It'd be great to see some comments, whether they're positive, negative, neutral, encouraging, discouraging, whatever. You know, whatever y'all think. You don't need to think too hard on that stuff. Just comment whatever you think if there's something. And if you have any requests for specific things on videos, like I got another request, and I already, you know, really did a little bit of research to put together a really good video for that request, which I'll do soon, probably tomorrow or the day after. So any requests for videos, any kind of research, any specific information, anything health related, science related, psychiatric related, medical or surgical even, educational, sports, soccer specifically, anything on nutrition or exercise, definitely just put a comment there, put a request in, send an email to me. You can even find my number.